Welcome, friends, to a journey through time, through wisdom, through the enduring teachings of the Stoics. For centuries, their philosophy has offered a steady compass, guiding individuals toward a life of balance, purpose, and tranquility. Together, we'll explore 12 golden rules, 12 principles that hold the power to transform your daily existence. Let's begin, shall we, and uncover the secrets to living a life both abundant and serene. Control. It's something we humans crave, isn't it? But true peace comes not from controlling the world around us, but from mastering the world within. The Stoics knew our energy is best spent on our own thoughts, actions, and responses. When we focus on what we can control, we become unshakable. Serenity is not the absence of storms, but the stillness in the heart of them. Acceptance. It's a word that can evoke a range of emotions, can it not? For some, it signifies defeat, resignation. But for those seeking true peace, acceptance is anything but passive. The Stoics taught that much of our suffering stems from our resistance to what is. We rail against the inevitable, we wrestle with the uncontrollable, we exhaust ourselves trying to force the river of life to flow uphill. But what if, instead of fighting the current, we learn to move with it? Acceptance is not about giving up, it's about letting go of the struggle, releasing the need to control what is beyond our grasp. It frees us from the weight of worry, the burden of resentment, and opens us to the beauty of the present moment, just as it is. Virtue. It's a word that echoes through the ages, a timeless ideal that transcends cultures and generations. The Stoics placed virtue at the very heart of their philosophy. Wisdom, courage, justice, temperance. These were the four cardinal virtues, the pillars upon which a balanced and fulfilling life could be built. Wisdom, the ability to see clearly, to discern truth from falsehood, to make sound judgments. Courage, not the absence of fear, but the strength to act in spite of it. Justice, the unwavering commitment to fairness, to treating others with respect and dignity. And temperance, the practice of moderation, of self-control, of finding balance in all things. These virtues are not mere words etched in stone, they are living, breathing principles meant to be cultivated, nurtured and woven into the very fabric of our being. In the quiet solitude of our own minds, we have the opportunity to embark on the most rewarding journey of all, the journey inward. The Stoics recognized the profound power of self-reflection, of taking the time to examine our thoughts, our actions, and our motivations. Imagine a craftsman meticulously inspecting his tools at the end of each day. He sharpens his blades, tightens loose screws, ensuring each instrument is in optimal condition for the tasks ahead. Self-reflection is much the same. It's about taking stock of our inner world, identifying areas that need attention, and making adjustments to ensure we're living in alignment with our values. This practice doesn't require grand gestures or elaborate rituals. Embrace the power of self-reflection, and you'll embark on a lifelong journey of self-discovery and fulfillment. Adversity, it's a part of life, isn't it? It comes to us all in various forms: loss, disappointment, setbacks. But what if we embraced it as an opportunity for growth? The Stoics had a saying, "The obstacle is the way." In our struggles, we discover our true strength. Think of a seed buried beneath the earth. Through pressure and struggle, it grows. Each challenge shapes and refines us. Embrace adversity with courage and a willingness to learn. Emotions. They surge within us like powerful currents, shaping our thoughts, our actions, our very experience of the world. But what if, instead of being swept away by these currents, we learn to navigate them with skill and awareness? That, my friends, is the essence of emotional mastery. The Stoics recognized that our emotions, while powerful, are not always reliable guides. Anger, fear, jealousy. These emotions can cloud our judgment, leading us down paths we later regret. But the Stoics also knew that we are not powerless over our emotions. We can learn to recognize them, to understand their triggers, and to choose how we respond. Imagine a skilled sailor navigating a stormy sea. He doesn't deny the existence of the storm, nor does he try to fight it directly. Instead, he adjusts his sails, steers into the wind, and uses his knowledge and skill to navigate the turbulent waters safely. Nature, it surrounds us, connects us, reminds us of the intricate web of life of which we are all a part. The Stoics believed that living in accordance with nature was not just a pleasant notion, but a fundamental principle for a balanced and fulfilling life. Living in accordance with nature is more about aligning ourselves with the natural order of things, about recognizing our place within the grand tapestry of existence. It's about embracing simplicity, about finding contentment in the essentials, about respecting our own limitations and the delicate balance of the world around us. When we live in accordance with nature, we find a certain peace, a certain harmony that eludes those who constantly strive against the current. We begin to see the beauty in the ordinary, the wisdom in the changing seasons, the interconnectedness of all living things. Time. It flows like a river, ever onward, ever changing, carrying us all towards the same inevitable destination. Memento Mori, remember death. It may seem a morbid thought, but the Stoics believed that awareness of our own mortality was not meant to instill fear, but to ignite a fire within us, to remind us of the preciousness of life and the urgency with which we should live it. Memento Mori is not about dwelling on death, but about embracing life. It's about recognizing that our time here is limited and therefore too precious to waste on trivial pursuits, on petty grievances, on allowing fear to hold us back from pursuing our dreams. The present moment, it's all we truly have, isn't it? The past is gone, the future uncertain, but this moment, right here, right now, is ours. The Stoics understood the power of focusing on the present, of fully inhabiting the now, for it's in the present moment that life unfolds in all its richness and complexity. Think of a child completely engrossed in play, oblivious to the world around them, lost in the joy of the moment. This, my friends, is the power of presence. It's about silencing the incessant chatter of the mind, the worries of the past, the anxieties of the future, and simply being. Gratitude, it's a simple word, isn't it? But its power to transform our lives is profound. In a world that often encourages us to focus on what we lack, the Stoics reminded us of the importance of appreciating what we have, of cultivating a spirit of gratitude for the countless blessings that surround us each day. Think for a moment about the simple act of taking a deep breath, the air filling our lungs, sustaining us, giving us life, a gift so readily available, yet so often taken for granted. For when we approach life with a grateful heart, we open ourselves to a world of joy, of contentment, of a deep and abiding peace. Our minds, they can be our greatest allies or our fiercest critics, can't they? The Stoics understood the power of our thoughts, the way our inner dialogue shapes our reality. They knew that to live a life of peace and purpose, we must learn to guard our minds, to cultivate a positive and compassionate inner voice. Imagine two gardens. In one, the gardener tends to his plants with care, watering them, nurturing them, shielding them from harsh elements. In the other, the gardener neglects his plants, allowing weeds to choke the life out of them. If we cultivate a garden of positive thoughts, of self-compassion, of belief in our own abilities, we create fertile ground for our dreams to take root and blossom. We come now to the final principle, my friends, a principle that lies at the very heart of a life well lived, giving more than we take. In a world that often celebrates self-interest and acquisition, the Stoics reminded us of the profound joy, the deep and lasting fulfillment that comes from a life of service, of generosity, of contributing to something larger than ourselves. Think of a river, its waters flowing freely, nourishing the land, giving life to all it touches. Or a tree, its branches reaching towards the sky, offering shade and shelter to all who seek refuge beneath its canopy. Giving doesn't have to be grand or ostentatious. It's about recognizing that we are all interconnected, that our actions have ripple effects, and that even the smallest acts of kindness can have a profound impact on the lives of others. And so, my friends, our journey through the timeless wisdom of the Stoics comes to an end. 12 golden rules, 12 guiding principles to illuminate your path, to help you navigate the inevitable storms of life with grace and resilience. As you reflect on these principles, ask yourself which one resonates most deeply within you, Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Stoic philosophy. May you find peace, purpose, and an abundance of joy on your journey.